24 Mandatory Indices to Heaven. Xiefeng, November 18, 2018. Translated by Treasure and edited by Care. The universe is not only rational, but also mathematical. Whatever does not conform to scientific principles is a fantasy, a dream. Assumptions do not confirm scientific principles because only facts and tested theories are their cores. Everything that really exists conforms to scientific principles. Everything that can be deduced logically also conforms to scientific principles, even if we cannot see that they exist. Does heaven exist, or does it not? This is quite simple, for as long as we can see the reality of heaven, or as long as its existence can be deduced logically, then we can conclude that it does. No one's description of heaven is convincing unless many people have witnessed it for themselves and can confirm it repeatedly. The thousand-year world of heaven that I have described would not be convincing if it were only my personal description, but when I copied it onto the earth and hundreds of people not only saw it but also lived in it and experienced it, then it became time to accept its existence. Though seemed humble, it is the thousand-year world of heaven's earthly manifestation. If you still cannot recognize these facts in front of you, then you are only proving that you are disregarding them and preferring to stay with your comfortable dreams and illusions. Everyone knows about the plane rectangular coordinate system, which has 4 quadrants, and each quadrant expresses a different nature. For example, if the first quadrant is all positive and the third one is all negative, then the first quadrant can represent heaven and the third one can represent hell. The space in which life exists is not a plane rectangular coordinate system, though, but a 3-dimensional cubic coordinate system with volume, also called a complex rectangular coordinate system because it has horizontal spacetime, and this horizontal spacetime is invisible to people within 3-dimensional space. Although people cannot see it, it can still be deduced in a scientific way, that is, by the imaginary number axis, which is perpendicular to both our eyes and also to the x and y axes, through the plane rectangular coordinate system origin. Think of it like a chopstick that is perpendicular to our eyes, and we can only see a point, though a point is clearly not its true nature. Because a virtual axis is added to the plane Cartesian coordinate system, that plane Cartesian coordinate system has become a 3-dimensional one in which there are 20 quadrants. We human beings live in only one of them. The other 19 are spaces that humans do not experience or understand thoroughly as of yet, and heaven is among them. This is the scientific principle of heaven. Since heaven exists and life is so beautiful there, then of course we are all eager to go there. The question is, how do we get there? No matter who you are, a religious follower or an atheist, rich or poor, an official or a common citizen, a university professor or an illiterate, you can go to heaven by reaching its standard, but if you are substandard, then you will have to recycle through the samsara of the mortal world, the animal world, or even the livestock world. Here are the 24 mandatory requirement indices. Freedom from debts. Accumulation of merits and virtues. Freedom from worldly ties. Freedom from troubles and annoyances. Freedom from anxiety. Freedom from grief. Freedom from worries. Freedom from fears. Possession of nothing. Having a carefree mind. Neither complaining nor resenting. Distance from anger and loss of temper. Lack of envy for others. Lack of negativity and pessimism. Never comparing oneself to others. Never regarding oneself as correct. Never arguing with or contending with others. Keeping a peaceful and joyous mind. Having a fondness for playing. Having no special relationship with anyone. Sharing everything with others. Having upbringing, self-cultivation, and self-restraint. Lacking a mind but showing a nature. Freedom from ego. No matter who you are, as long as you meet these 24 requirements listed above, then you have reached the standard and you will undoubtedly go to heaven. There is no need for ascetic practices, meditation, praying in churches and temples, understanding the classics, taking someone as your master, burning joss sticks, or even kowtowing and worshiping. On the other hand, if you do not meet the standards, even if you have read all the classics wholeheartedly, have self-cultivated and self-improved for thousands of years, are wealthy in knowledge, are a super master, have been preaching all your life and have thousands of followers, are eloquent enough to fully understand the classics, and no matter how much you have contributed to the world, then please accept my apology because you are not and will not be heaven-bound. It is easy to see that heaven is an ideal society, but why is it so ideal? The reason is that every life can enjoy its pleasure fully. If one who was unable to meet the standard were to enter heaven, then how could the others be guaranteed the freedom to enjoy their pleasure of life fully? That would be impossible. Heaven does exist, and the road to it is clear. Go there or do not. The decision is yours.